This is the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast with Mike Kinnett and Ryan Herbert of ProStatus Financial, now celebrating 20 years helping families build successful retirements and lasting family legacies. Mike is a financial planner and estate planning attorney with a master's degree in tax and 4-time Amazon best-selling author. Ryan is a 5-star Wealth Management Award winner and top-ranked financial advisor by Forbes. Now, the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast.
Mike, we talked about Roth conversions and how in Q2, Roth conversions saw a 46% increase in Roth conversions. And that's where you pay the taxes now. That way it can, grow tax-free, and you get that tax-free income in retirement. Why are people doing that right now? Why this big increase?
This is one of those things that drives me crazy about our industry, right? I mean, if you think about it, evidently the idea of a Roth conversion just became known to people in the last 6 months or something, which is absolutely insane. Roths have been around for better part of 25 years at this point. And why my profession is not advocating for the idea of more people using Roths, not only as they're growing their wealth when they're working. I mean, think about this. For the last 25 years, you've amassed whatever nest egg you've had. If the advisors that you were working with, if the CPA or the enrolled agent or the tax people had told you 25 years ago what this would look like, would have you made a different choice? Perhaps, at least for part of the money, right? And here's the deal. It's not like this is a tough math problem. It's not like this is like, rocket science math. This is future value. It's a future value calculator that they can download right on their computer. So these guys have known for 20 or 25 years that you need to be more tax efficient, and yet they never bothered to bring it up until, I don't know, maybe the last 6 months or so, when all of a sudden somebody realized, hey, you know what? Tax rates are probably going to go up in 2026. Maybe it makes sense to start talking to clients more effectively, more consistently about tax planning. Well, we've been beating this horse for 25 years. We've always thought tax efficiency was so important. I mean, I have a master's degree in tax. That's why it's so important to us. And it absolutely drives me crazy that our industry does not address this more. And it's even worse than that, because everybody's out there saying, oh, everybody should do Roth conversions. Everybody should do Roth conversions. Well, the answer to that question is absolutely not. Absolutely not. I have a client. She's worth about $4 million, and she has about almost $2 million in her IRAs, and she has no kids. And do you know how much we're doing in Roth conversion? Zero, because it makes no sense for her. She's doing nothing but charity. So every month she sends a little bit of money to charity. So she doesn't have to wait to the end of the year to see if she should do a Roth. Every month our plan says send money to charity. It makes her feel great. She's giving back to the community that supported her throughout her entire life. She's doing good for her community. She's doing good for other people. And she's never going to pay tax on any of that IRA money. And when she passes away, half her money that's not IRA money is going to her family, her nieces and nephews. The other half of the money that is all taxable, in theory, is going to charities. So at the end of the day, we have her at the 0% tax bracket, and she did no Roth conversions. And then the idea that you should do Roth conversions with all your money, that's insane. Her situation is one piece, but there's a magical number. I mean, it sounds silly, but if you're single, you can have about $150,000 in your IRA and never pay tax on it if you structure the rest of your assets correctly. You can have about $250,000 if you're married filing joint. So there's a magic number in there, and it's a math problem again, but that's why, there's a little button right below. If you click the link down below the screen here, you can set up a time to have a tax analysis done. Ryan, myself, and our team, we will sit down and we will do a tax analysis for you, and we will show you, here's what we're going to do. We're going to show you how much you're going to pay in taxes if you continue down the path you're doing, and then we're going to show you, here's how much you can save in taxes for you, how much you can save in taxes for the next generation, whoever inherits your money, how much they can save in taxes. And quite frankly, if I do my job correctly and you do your job correctly, we can show you how to do 3 generations of tax planning. You think billionaires like Elon Musk aren't thinking about 3 generations of tax planning? Absolutely they are. They're doing 3 generations easily. And you should be in the same boat as well. And it all starts just by clicking on that little link below so you can get into the same category of what rich people are doing. Because you know what? It makes no sense to give the federal government or the state government, if you pay state taxes, it makes no sense to give them money unnecessarily, right? They take enough from us. They took it while you were working. Why give it to them when you retire? It does not make sense. Click on that little link and we'll get together.
Wealth is a relative number, and lately it seems that the wealthy, those air quotes there, they're getting hammered because they don't pay taxes. That's not a bad thing. They just have structured it in a way where they're tax smart, right?
Well, I mean, and this is not supposed to be a political statement, but if you remember 8 years or so ago, when Trump was first running for his first election, and Hillary Clinton was beating him up out, he doesn't pay any taxes. And Trump's response was, yeah, that's because I have really smart people around me to help me pay zero taxes. And like Trump or dislike Trump, his position was spot on. There's no reason why you should not arrange your affairs in such a way to pay the least amount of taxes legally possible. And here's another thing that people don't pay attention to. People think that tax planning means I do Roth conversions every year towards the end of the year. Tax planning is an ongoing thing. This is a year after year after year after year event. And just like you diversify your investments, you need to diversify your tax-free buckets of money, because you know what, folks? They've changed those Roth rules 3 times in the last 5 years on us, and they have not been favorable. They have not been good for you and me. So every time they change the rules, people like me that have advanced degrees in taxes, we have to figure out new solutions for you. Do you know you can sell your business and pay zero tax until you're actually spending the money? So, if you're going to sell a business for $1 million or $5 million or $10 million, unless you're spending all $5 or $10 million, why would you pay tax on all $10 million today? Why don't you pay tax on the $80,000 a year that you need to live on? Because if I structure that correctly, that could come out tax-free. Do you know if you have real estate that you don't want to own anymore, don't pay tax on it. I can show you how to do it without having to pay tax on the sale. If you have money going to charity, why wait till you die? Let's take advantage of some of these tax opportunities. And again, believe it or not, people think you're wealthy, and certainly people in government think you're wealthy. They think everybody's wealthy because they want your tax dollars, and they make it harder and harder for you to escape the tax man unless you work with advanced tax strategists like ourselves. And they know certainly that most people aren't going to go talk to a tax advisor because most people don't think that there's a way out of paying the tax bill. Get off the hamster wheel. Stop paying taxes unnecessarily. I'm not saying cheat on your taxes. I'm not tax avoidance. We're talking about legitimate strategies that the billionaires and the ultra wealthy work with and use. You can implement those same strategies yourself and get yourself into the 0% tax bracket. Or you could choose to, continue to fund. I think there's submarines with screen doors, bridges to nowhere. I'm sure they're going to have another.
Submarines with screen doors. I have not heard about that one.
They're going to have some sort of running on a treadmill. There's all sorts of projects that you can help fund if you want to do that. My brother-in-law built a laptop computer that would withstand something like a 20 megatron nuclear explosion on the Earth's surface. It had to open up and start. He built that thing. It was like a $5 million computer. He thought it was the dumbest thing in the world, because if that thing blew up on the Earth's surface, there's nobody on the Earth that's going to walk out and grab that computer, start it up. And even if they start it up, there's nothing to plug it into, no satellites to talk to. But darn it, the government wanted a computer that would start. That's your tax dollars hard at work. Choose to continue funding it or make a better choice. Click on the button below. Schedule your tax analysis appointment with us right now. We can show you how to save taxes today, tomorrow, and in the future. And for you, your kids, your grandkids, and future generations to come, click on that link below.
Advisory services offered through ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, a registered investment advisor. Insurance licensed in Maryland. ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, LLC is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if ProStatus Financial Advisors Group is licensed in your state, please call 410-863-1040. ProStatus Group, LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through representatives of ProStatus Financial Advisors Group.